The Radium Podcast, episode 79. I'm really, really excited to get into this one because I think it's going to help so many artists out there struggling so hard with making recordings on their laptops and then trying to go play shows.
Struggle is my favorite word for 2020.
The real struggle is 2020.
Struggle rapper, and you put struggle
the
singer.
Struggle
the
rapper.
Struggles.
That's the YouTube headline. The struggle is real. Independent artist 2020. Yeah.
All
the
right.
music game struggle. So yeah, you got a laptop, you've cut a bunch of records, you're making your own beats, you're on Logic, you're on FL Studio, you're making Ableton tracks, but you're like, dude, I can't play a live show. You kidding me? I don't know how to do that.
I'm not popping enough.
Yeah, I'm not popping enough, you know? So here's 5 things that are really going to make this transition from your bedroom studio or recording studio, project studio, to the stage. Even if it's a bar, a club, a bookstore, who cares? Something, right? That's going to be what we're going to be talking about. How do you make that thing just smoothly sail through and glorious and get some new fans and some more streams, right? So here comes number 5. Kevin, take it away.
Number 5 is probably the most important one, but I think that's why we should start with it, because if you can't get this right, then you gotta go back to the basics, which is promote. And I'm going to, really, if you're just starting out, it's going to be at a local level. So I'm going to hand that off back to Brad. What can you do on a local level to promote?
I think right away, most people are going to think, I got to run ads. No, you don't. What you need to do to promote on a local level is look at everybody in your power base. Your friends, your family, the people you worked on this record with, the person that mixed the record, the people on your Instagram that you're constantly connecting with, Facebook, whatever. And, I want to stress that you should be on Facebook as an artist. You should have an artist page up. You should have people have the ability to like the page. Facebook has the ability to remind people that a show is happening in their area with you because they like the page. It will constantly remind them. It will tell them about their friends that might be going or interested in the show. And that's a really powerful tool that Instagram and no other social media platform has. And I highly recommend, if you are an artist and you're skipping over on the Facebook thing, stop skipping over on Facebook. It's not just your mom and dad and grandma and grandpa that are on Facebook. Yeah. Facebook's dead. Yeah, you sound like an idiot. Use the platform. It's not dead. There's half the world on Facebook. So promote to your local people, your power base, right? And when you start running ads, if you decide to run ads, do not run $500 in ads to promote a show that's not going to bring you any revenue, right? You want to run ads directly to your audience, people that have already liked your page, watched 50% or more of your music video, engaged with you on Instagram, and yes, you can do all of this through the Facebook ads course business platform. And you can pick up a course that I made and designed specifically for musicians in just right here in the description. Click it, get it, and start setting up your Facebook ads right away and promote your live show. Super important. So that's what I would say about it, is just really reach out to the people that already know you. Get that promotion going with them because they're the ones that are going to support you anyway. Your mom on Facebook, I'm sorry, but she's reposting everything for you. If her friends show up, they're going to pay for a ticket. And guess what? Maybe your buddy or the guy that mixed your record won't pay for a ticket or ever buy any of your music or stream any of your music. But your mom and her friends will.
She'll go crazy.
She's going to talk to the church group. She's going to promote it to everybody. So, utilize that shit.
It's your power base. I'm going to spit some game on like what I used to do with Marty Grimes and Jeezy. On the come up days,
the street team, the street gang,
back to struggle rappers.
Go putting flyers on
this
posts.
is probably like back when G was like super tiny, but
selling out the 250 person venue.
Yeah, killing it. Yeah. But we used to obviously basic shit, go put up flyers around college campuses, that stuff. But I think the good stuff that I saw him do, which is we would go to like a ton of different
like sneaker shops.
Yeah. We would go to basically like independent, back in the days you had like Rasputin's and all these indie, and they still exist here. Yeah, record shops. Yeah. And one thing that that you try to do is like, hey, if someone buys my album or buys my project, they get a free ticket to the show. And then you go on social media and say, hey, if you go to these 5 places, this is obviously locally speaking, and you pick up my album, you'll get a free ticket to the show on
and
this
that's
day.
A great ad to run, right? Run that ad locally. Run it to people that like your Facebook page, that like your Instagram page, that have visited your Instagram page in the last 30 days, etc. And run that ad, Yo, what's up? This is Jimmy John and the Johnny Hawks, and we're having a show this Friday at the Flatter Form, and the Flatter Puss is really going off this Friday, so get your tickets now. But if you show up at Rasputin's, and you buy my album, then you're going to get a ticket for free. So go pick it up right now, right? There you go. Done. So let's move on because promotion's heavy. It's deep.
I know.
It's
we
detailed.
could do a whole podcast on it.
Yeah. Advertising, marketing is like so important to promoting a show.
But getting the show together is actually just as important.
Yeah,
the quality of what you're doing is going to be as important, if not more important. Because obviously you do one show and this is like really you your practicing to do more.
It's your calling card, yeah. 100%.
So you should figure out kind of your stage setup. You know what I mean? Who are you playing with? Are you gonna have a drummer? Are you gonna have a bass player? Are you gonna have guitars, you're going to have keyboards. What are you going to do if you're going to have all that? That's going to take a lot of work, but you should figure all that, who's coming, who's playing.
Yeah.
And, you got to go through every single song and figure it out. Who's going to do a solo where?
Right.
Are we going to do an acapella thing and you're going to rap or sing?
Right.
Acapella, you have to practice every single setup and every single arrangement of that setup.
Facts.
And especially if you're going on tour, man, is this the most important thing to save your life. So
100%.
Take it. Let them know, Brad.
Yeah, I'm only going to say a little bit on this because I think this is the all-important piece of transitioning from making records to doing a live show. But some people actually do this, they flip it, right? So a friend of mine, Mark Baker, shouts to Mark Baker, go check out his music. But he told me the other day, we were having a drink, and he's like, yo, man, I haven't even made any more records, and I haven't made this next project because I didn't have my set in my mind, my stage set up like ready in my mind and visualized, and all the art and the lights and everything, what I was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And he's like, and I've just been trying to figure that out. And it finally clicked for me. And once that clicked, like how I was going to do it, the music started coming out. So that's really important. Like the live show for some of these artists is like 100% what the music is about. So having multiple stage setups, like, I'm going to go play this bar. Great. You might have just you, right? And you're playing a good show mix, over the setup. You might just have a DJ. If you're going to go play a little bit of a bigger venue, you might have just a drummer and your backing tracks. If you're going to go play a bigger stage, like a big stage, and you're opening up for someone, maybe you want to have a full band, and you got a budget for it because, the show is going to pay you out some stuff, right? So have those multiple setups all in your mind and visualize, like, what can we do? Can we get a big banner made that goes in the back with our artwork for our latest album or our latest single?
Get a mat for the DJ table.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Get your logo mat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the
that's what we used to do.
Totally. So like get that stuff together because that's really important. It's number 4 on this is like have all the multiple setups in your mind. Have them laid out. Like really just draw them up. Like spend the time on it. This is your business, right?
And that's really coming down to the performance side of it. I mean, setups. I can speak to this. With G-Eazy, he used to practice everything. So, hey, I'm going to be on this song at this time. I'm going to be on the left side of the stage, and I'm going to be throwing money or throwing water or throwing something.
Yeah, Marty did the
Marty's going to
thing,
hand out pizza, have everything concise and practiced, or the bass player is going to be on this side. So I'm going to go in and then I'm going to go to that side, and then it's going to lead to his solo. Yeah. Or, you know what I mean?
And what does that look like? Is that you and a DJ? Is that you and a band?
Yeah, if it's you and a DJ, the DJ is going to come from behind the table and take over and throw stuff.
Right.
Could be candy. I don't care.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
So that's like that brings us to number 3, which I think is like super valuable, something we really love doing here. But before we get into number 3, go ahead and smash the like button and make a comment. Honestly, if you guys really love this stuff, like it, comment it,
ask some more questions. Yeah.
Ask us some more questions about a live set. I know there's tons of you guys and girls out there that are like, yo, I've never played live and I got 3 singles out, And live shows are scary, dude. It's really scary.
Well, Brad, you've played live.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much.
I grew up playing live.
100%.
It was
obviously
freaky.
Yeah,
it was scary every time.
You've drummed, you've sang.
Sang.
What else? Guitars.
Played drums. I never played. Yeah, I played guitar live. Yeah, sure. not very good.
I mostly just DJ live. I've been on tour, obviously.
It's scary. You want to have everything perfect, and you're like, oh God, something could go wrong terribly, and you're like, oh.
And I guess
you don't want to look stressed out on the stage. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, I think people don't think about it, but MCing too is a whole separate thing. Are you going to do crowd control? Are you going to be
you
got to
work shit, dude.
If you're the front man, that's obviously going to be you. But a lot of times in hip hop, it's good to be the DJ.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, you're in the back. Like,
yep.
You can if you mess up, you just hit the horn engagement. Yeah. But this brings us to number 3, and I really want to get into this, and I think it's really important.
And really important for your DJ.
Yeah, for your DJ especially. Have a great show mix. And if you don't know what a show mix is, and your engineer is not offering that when they mix and master for you, your mastering engineer, or maybe you have a mix engineer that's doing mixing and mastering, whatever it is, you need a good show mix that's ready for the club, that's ready for the stage, that's ready for the bar, that's ready for anywhere, and a show mix is going to be, Kev, you can tell them a lot more about like what a rap show mix really looks like for these modern, rappers, trappers, pop artists.
So if you're trapper rapping,
if you're rapping up in trap,
a show mix specifically in hip hop is super important.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of the times, you really want to keep your set like moving, and so you might not want to play a full song, and so that's where the show mix comes in. Like, hey, I'm only gonna have one verse. A lot of this has to do, especially in rap, when you have features on your song and you're not gonna have that person at the venue.
Yeah.
So you got to have a show mix that does not include that feature, or if it includes the feature, you have to obviously minimize that. But
that could be really weird. All of a sudden you're like, so take it away.
And there's a bridge.
Hooble bang.
It goes to a singer hook to a singer bridge to another singer. So the freaking the hook artist is on for like 2 minutes straight, and you're just like, 2 minutes
in the club,
but
doing drugs. Everyone's like, this is so weird.
Yeah, why are we just sitting here and he's hype manning? No, also, it's really important to, on your show mix, I prefer show mixes without lead vocals in it. And that means the artist actually has to...
Stop rapping over your lead. I don't want to go to your show. It's because you do that because you're lazy.
Is just that, or you're not practiced.
You're scared. You're nervous.
Scared.
You look like,
hey, I can't
don't look
hold
confident.
it down.
You're a rapper rapping over yourself. It sounds so dumb.
Yeah. And also, too, it's a nightmare for the mix engineer sitting behind in the back. You know
He's
what I mean?
Like,
front of house guy is just like, damn it. Now I'm trying to balance out you screaming on top of a full vocal, which is taking up most of the track anyways. So
can't handle it.
And so getting that together. If you have like people doing backgrounds or people like filling in parts, if you have a keyboardist, you got to have a version without the keyboards on the track.
Please.
Because then you're doubling up the keyboards and it just becomes a mess.
Just blah, 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 blah. Like, what is going on? Just play the record and run around the stage. It's fine.
Yeah.
Call it a record release party. Don't call it a show.
So yeah, that's part of getting your shit together, is making sure that you have a concise show, and having your show mixes are really important. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And make sure it translates. So we obviously offer show mixes with everything we do for every client we work with. And if your mixer does not, then fire them and come to Radium. Number 2.
Yeah.
Kev,
this is one of my favorite things.
Number two is
merchandising,
massive.
Making money. Like Radium here. Get our merch. We're not playing the show.
Merch.
But
you gotta have the merch. I don't care if no one's buying it. You gotta have it.
So what is merch? It could be anything, really. You could sell freaking toothpicks with your logo on it.
It could be titty tassels, dude.
Yeah, whatever you want. You just have to make something that people are going to buy. And when I say people are going to buy, they're going to buy it at your show. It's going to be harder to sell it online than it is when they're standing in front of it and like, oh, I might not get this another time. That's why they make the tour tees with all the dates on the back.
Merch is so important.
Yeah.
It's so dope. And release something that you don't have online there, and then after the show, put it online. It's so dope, like, to come to a show and be like, oh, damn, I've never seen that shirt. I mean, I love that. Like, you go and you're like, dude, that is a dope hat. Like, I love that. I'm picking up that hoodie, because they don't have it online everywhere. It's not on a Shopify store, you know?
Yeah. And this is how it works too. Venues, they typically will try to take a percentage of your merch, and they'll obviously take a percentage of the door.
So will labels.
Yeah,
with 360
this
deals.
Depends. On what deal you got. Yeah. You should try not to get that deal, but they'll take a percentage of your merch. The venue will. So if you go and sell a shit ton of merch, the only way the venue's making money is either on the alcohol, the door, or the merch.
Yep.
So if you say you don't bring a lot of people, you know what I mean? They're not making a lot at the door, but if those people that you did bring buy a fuck ton of merch,
or they get trashed,
the venue's going to be like, oh,
tons
okay,
of whiskey.
We made money that night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if they come and get trashed, obviously, then the venue makes money.
Yeah.
But you're going to be able to...
If it's a rap show, they're like, well, they're probably not going to get trashed. They're just going to be smoking blunts out back.
If you do good at the venue is going to be very happy. It's going to be easy to book there. It's going to be very hard to book there when you brought no people and no one bought anything. And
they don't want to have you back. Yeah. They're not like, oh, let's bring that guy back. Man, those guys killed it. No, they just like made us lose money as a venue, right?
Yeah, but beyond the venue, man, it's like, yo, you want to make money, right? You want to keep making music, and music is not free to make. You were talking about
I want to make
mixing
money.
Engineers doing versions of your tracks.
Money.
Yeah. So you gotta monetize this. This is business if you want to be in the music industry.
Yes, sir.
You gotta make money.
Yes, sir.
So the really important thing I would recommend is, hey, if you're gonna sell merch, what you should do after your show is show your ass at the merch table. That means people are gonna come talk to you. They're gonna have you sign things. And guess what? You can have them sign your merch after they buy it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's how you're going to sell merch. This is honestly probably the most important part of, keeping an artist career together is being able to monetize products like merch. So I think that just wraps it up. I could go really deep on it, but I think that's like,
merch is heavy, heavy stuff. But, I think also just making merch around a single that you're dropping or promoting or an album you're promoting. If you're going to go play this live show, and you just dropped a single, you just dropped an album, have a t-shirt, right? Like
it doesn't cost anything. You
it
can
doesn't
drop
matter.
ship it.
Yeah, you could do it. Like you can have your friend draw up something, it's very basic, but something people can like, yo, I love this song. Here's the single. The t-shirt is based around the single. Concept did this, rapper worked with here. Concept, we made this song called Champagne, and he made this shirt that just says champagne all over it, and like everyone was picking that up just because it said champagne on it. Didn't have anything to do. Like the people that know the song, they're like, this is dope. I love this merch. It's sick. But even if you don't know the song, you're like, I like champagne.
Yeah.
So you go buy the shirt because you're like, this is dope. And the girls are like, oh, this is dope. I'm going to go buy these t-shirts. There's champagne on it.
Like I said, I can get real deep. You can bundle merch with album sales. You can bundle merch with ticket sales. You can bundle merch with everything, and people will buy it. I promise, it's super important.
Yeah. So that brings us to number one, but I want to take like a little minute here to just explain that the live show itself, if you've played a live show as an artist, you understand that this shoots your streaming numbers up as well. So when people watch you live, they want to go check you out. They'll go check you out on Spotify. They'll go check you out on Apple Music. The more shows you play, the more attention you can get, because this is really the best form of marketing. Getting out there, shake hands with everybody, sign whatever, talk to people, listen to them, hear them out, engage with them.
Yeah.
These are people that want to be engaged with you. They want to be your fans. But
you
not
want
only
fans,
that,
you gotta actually see them and talk to their face. They gotta
on.
feel like they know you.
Come on.
Simple shit.
They're gonna get on their Spotify. They're gonna run you up on the way home tomorrow when they're jogging.
They're gonna promote you harder than you.
They're gonna promote you. And then you're gonna say, yo, I got another show. And guess what? They're gonna show up with some more friends. So it's really important that you play shows if you're not playing shows, and promote the music through live performances. But this brings us to number one. And if you haven't already, smash the like button, drop a comment, and if you want more podcasts, more plug into the weeks every week, subscribe to the channel. Love you guys. All you guys that support and show love all the time, like, you're the ones that keep us going on this, right? This is all out of pocket for us. We're not getting paid. We're paying for this stuff. So appreciate you. Number one. I'm going to let you take this, Kev.
We got Rehearse Your Set. And this is something we talked about already, but man, oh man, it's just like, it's a simple thing. I think people get way too cocky these days.
Yeah, I got a show. Whatever.
Or everyone's going to be excited when you come out on the stage.
I'm just going to rap over my vocals anyway.
I think people have like a, misunderstanding of themselves, as an artist. You have to...
Until they're out there.
Yeah, you have to really like keep it in perspective. So you have to practice. You have to be really good at what you do, and that's how you get booked. It comes with everything about your performance.
Yeah.
So A lot of times, performance includes everything from like lighting to effects to, the effects, on your vocals to all that stuff. Like every little part of this has to be meticulously looked at. Even the way you move, the things that you do, the skits in between songs, stuff like that.
You're an actor. You're entertaining. You're an entertainer. Like, music industry is the entertainment industry. If you go play a live show, you are literally performing in front of a crowd, in front of an audience as an entertainer. They don't care about your music until you show them why to care. If they go to your show and you're boring and you suck and you're not fun to hang out with, they're not going to be like, yo, I love that music and that artist. Like, what was that one? There's this rapper out of the Bay, Larry June. Is that his name?
Oh, yeah. Larry June is killer.
Unbelievable performer. I would have never, ever listened to any of his music until I saw him live. And I was like, yo, his live show was so dope. He had his sayings. He kept doing his slogans, and he'd do his shout out things, and he was fun.
Skits,
and he had skits, and he had his sunglasses on. And he had an aura about him, and he's like performing. He's a performance artist.
Yeah.
And if you're an artist in the studio, and then you can translate that to the stage, you're going to just like, that is what's going to make a music career for you.
The stage is going to inform your music career, like Brad talked about.
Please, it will. It'll make you write the new records too. It'll go like, dude, when I perform these songs, I want to change this, this, and this, and then you write new ones, and you go, this is going to perform better. I like that.
You're just going to change the arrangement. Like, hey, this would be a great part live. You know what I mean? Or this is
this is a great callback point. Where people are just going to scream that lyric, or this is a really catchy hook part where people are going to want to sing along. Like, you're going to do stuff for the live is going to it's going to give you and inform you in the studio, and the studio is going to inform the live, and you're going to go back and forth and become a better, well-rounded artist that people are going to want to pick up. You're going to get more A&R, more labels, more publishers wanting to mess with you because, oh my God, I saw you live. You're amazing. I see the potential. I want to put money into you.
You know what my major thing for performance, like, I think that sets you apart from just about anybody else performing, because a lot of times when you're first starting out, you're going to be opening. You know what I mean? It might not be your show. You're going to be, early on the bill, and if you can bring a lot of people, usually that's how you start like 15 scaling
minutes.
it. Yeah. But the major thing to me that sticks out of a performer is crowd control, is what we call it.
Yeah.
And your ability to get the crowd to participate with your set, which is really important.
Facts.
A lot of rappers rely on their DJ to do this. Obviously, I know because I was a DJ. That's not really crowd control. I'm talking about like even some of my favorite DJs, like Dog A, for example.
Yeah, Dog A is killer.
Dog A is a killer.
So much fun.
There's certain things.
He's got that voice, that's why.
Yeah. But he has amazing crowd control. One thing that he does, or I don't even think he does it, obviously the song that I'm going to refer to is super old now.
Yeah.
But he used to play Turn Down for What? And then he would have all the crowd, basically, I need you to get down, get low, which means crouch. So he had the whole crowd crouch, and then when the Turn Down for What dropped, then everyone went crazy, you know what I mean?
It's fun,
and
man.
Like had a party.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing, is just like being able to do crowd control. And this could be like, hey, we're going to go side to side on a slow song and, left to right with a hand thing, or put your lighters up, typical shit like that.
It's commanding and taking control. It's like being the orchestrator in the orchestra, right? Mm-hmm. You're the conductor. You go up and you perform the audience, right? And I see Tory Lanez play live. He does this really well, right? Mm-hmm. It's just like, you guys, I'm like, it's just confidence and it's direction, and it's like, I'm gonna produce the crowd.
The crowd's going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they're like, should we do this?
Oh, I don't want to do anything.
If you can't do this and you came to a show, you know what I mean? You got to make people feel like it's ridiculous that you're not doing this. Mm-hmm. Like, if you came to this show, why would you just stand there? Like, you got to do this. This is why you just paid $50 for this ticket. Get involved,
If you don't get the crowd involved, they're going to be bored, and
they
vibe off of each other.
They're going to think you're a pussy.
No, they vibe off of each other. If your friend is dancing, you're going to dance.
Facts.
That's how it works.
If the girl that you're like, oh, she's cute.
You ever go to a place with a dead dance floor?
Facts.
And how does that dance floor get crazy? Certain people start dancing.
A lot of weed.
Yeah.
A lot of weed
might sit
a lot of weed
down.
and alcohol, Kev.
Weed'll sit your ass down, that's for sure.
No, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's straight up, it's like an energy. And if you get from the performer, from the opening artist coming out like this guy, he's just so cool. He's like, yo, what's up? My name's blah, blah, blah. How y'all doing tonight? Look, I'm so cool. Everyone's like, I don't know who you are, so I don't think you're cool. Show me why you're cool.
Yeah.
Those are the worst shows ever. They're like, I'm just cool. Dude, you're not in front of your friends in your bedroom studio right now. You are in front of an audience that does not know who you are. Prove to us why we should listen to your music, want to go buy your merch, want to come to your next show. Did we have fun?
We got to do a podcast on
it's all about vibes.
10 things not to do while performing.
Facts, yeah. It's just all about vibes, dude. If you go to a show and you see an opener and they just like, whoa! Like, even if it's just the music speaking and the sonics are amazing and the lights are going and they're just really cool and humble, you're like, that was incredible. What was that band, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's Larry June. He comes out and you're like, who's this character? This guy's hilarious, right? Mm-hmm. And he's coming out and he's just playing his little show and he's doing his thing. It's like, it's all about the vibe. You have to connect with the audience. If the audience doesn't connect with you, you don't entertain them. You're not an entertainer. You're a bedroom studio rapper. Like, it's not going to translate. We're trying to tell you the 5 things to help you translate, right? I'm a dance producer. Cool. In your bedroom. When you get to the stage, show me why I care about that. Why do I care about that? Am I going to connect to you? I want to shake your hand. I want to learn about you. I want to see you be vulnerable. Take your shirt off. Dude, put some oil on yourself.
I don't know where he's going with that. I'll say the last thing, though, is playing live, I think, unlike the studio or anywhere else, when you mess up, you don't get a second chance.
No.
So that's like a huge...
But you can pick it up. You can
pick it up if you're good. If you have good crowd control.
Yeah.
You know, when the DJ fucks up, you start telling jokes or, you know what I mean? You figure out a way to, keep the crowd entertained, obviously. But yeah, that's the major difference is the studio, you have a million takes and you can mess up.
Facts.
So if you don't practice, if you can't hit pitch or, things like that, you know what I mean? The studio, you can fix it. Live can't fix shit. So
there you are. That's 5 things. That's a lot. We try to plug a lot in the middle there. And, if there is fire around you, do not put oil on your body, because that's a fire hazard. And we don't want you to get burned. So if you guys did like this and you do like the podcast and you want to learn more about music business, performing live, getting your vocals tight, doing all this stuff in the studio, then subscribe to the channel. We love you guys. We're going to keep giving you this stuff. We're going to give you a plug
Give us
in the week.
some comments, Ask us
questions.
Drop
some comments. Like, I want to get social. That's what this is about. Like, I don't want to sit here and talk to you. I want to, actually engage with you. So hit us up with some comments. I'm always on the YouTube live every time we drop, every Wednesday when we're dropping these podcasts, I'm on that live chatting. So jump in and chat and, really looking forward to the next podcast, but slap that subscribe button. If you got all the way through this, give us a like, comment, do all the stuff that we love and what you love, share it with your friends, people that could use this stuff. And if you're going to go play a live show for the first time, hit me up, dude. DM me on Instagram, DM Radium. Let's talk about what we can do, All right. Smash it.